It's going down, D-Gens. We are here finally. It is Thanksgiving. Oh my God, I cannot wait for this damn turkey. I can taste it. I can taste the money we're going to make. Oh, it's going to be so good. Such a good week. I'm going to pay it for Christmas with this shit. So let's get right into it because I have one game and one game only that I want to talk about, and that is the Chiefs at the Cowboys for Thanksgiving. I hope you got your pots in. I hope you got your bets in. I hope we got whatever else for the rest of the week going because we are going to discuss this and get into depth on it. Number one, the Cowboys, and probably the most important factor here, Cowboys are going to be playing the third game in 10 days. That is so rare. I want to say it's happened like 7 times in the entire history of the NFL, at least in the Super Bowl era. Teams that are in that position obviously tend to lose. It is just a lot of game time for a team or for any team to try to recover from, right? You got a Monday night game going into a Sunday night game. Now you're going to go to a Thursday night game. So just not a lot of recovery time, not a lot of prep time as well. Just a lot of, here and there, trying to get through to the next game. Now, the actual win percentage in this is somewhere around like 28%, meaning like 1 out of those 7 teams is actually won. And it's not a good stat, right? But if you take it a step further than that, at the beginning of this week, the Chiefs started off as -3.5 favorites. Just this year, since week 8, teams who start off as 3.5-point favorites are 80% against the spread. It's 8 out of 10 is when that's been. It just, the books know, hey, the favorite is a little bit more than the 3-point favorite. We gotta kind of juice it up a little bit, but usually that's all they'll do is go to 3.5 because the 4 is a dead number, and that's what happens. People get scared off by that hook and they don't play it. Well, you would benefit from playing it, obviously. Now, in this case, we have a very rare scenario in which the public is backing the dog. Everyone's on the Cowboys this week because of that win against Philly. That is another thing we're going to talk about here in just a second. But most importantly, know that, again, 3.5-point favorites are 80% against the spread. Now, the line has moved to 3, and again, like I was just discussing, that is because they won against the Eagles. Now, a few things about that. Number one, everything had to go absolutely perfect for them to come back from that 21-point deficit, and it did. All credit to them. But number two, that was a divisional game. It is very different to win a divisional game, regardless of how good your opponent is or how bad you are, when it's a division opponent. And it's only because these guys know each other so well. They already had their first game under their belt. They had already taken some notes. They already made some adjustments. Now, especially because the team that loses the first time has a better chance of winning the second time because they make their adjustments. They know what they got to change. They know what they got to fix, and maybe see some things that they can attack better the second time around. It's not unusual for the team who may appear to be the lesser team on paper to win that second game. And my conclusion is that is exactly what happened in this game, because the Eagles are the only team of any substance that the Cowboys have been able to beat this year. Their other victories came against the Raiders, which was they've been absolutely awful, just dog shit. And that was a team that we even bet against last week. And we bet the under on the Raiders team total last week, and it hit. So that was great. But prior to that, they went to overtime to beat the Russell Wilson Giants 37-40, and then they also beat the Jets. Now, both of those, if you want to say it, those came when their defense was not as great, right? I absolutely agree with you. The defense was not as good. It's obviously been changed since then, but this new and improved defense, who have they played, right? They played the Raiders. They looked really good, but every defense has looked really good against the Raiders. Hell, the Browns held these guys at 10 points and just absolutely gave them a molly-whopping like crazy. The Browns defense is really good, but it doesn't really prove a whole lot as far as, competition level. Yes, again, like I said, they beat the Eagles, but again, divisional game in your second matchup. So some things here that people are really laying their hat on that are not as concrete as it sounds. Now, they are going to be playing in Dallas. Now, I would say that's a benefit to the Cowboys, but in the past, their Thanksgiving games don't always go the way that it's planned. And honestly, I would say over the last maybe like 10 years or so, the Cowboys have not looked so good on Thanksgiving. Yeah, they have a few wins. I know they beat the hell out of the Commanders like 2 years ago, but it has just not looked really, really well for the most part. More times than not, we see the Cowboys kind of lay an egg on Thanksgiving, and now they're coming into this game being the third game in 10 days. Now, they also lost their left tackle, so that's going to be an issue. Pickens apparently has some injuries going on because he's been limited in practice. Apparently he is going to play, though, but there's some issues there. Rashee Rice has a sleeve on his leg, but he's apparently good to go. He's definitely going to play this game is what they're saying. There's not a whole lot that points to the Cowboys here. They have not beat a level of competition like the Chiefs, other than the Eagles, again, being the divisional matchup. The Chiefs have the better rest. The Chiefs have the better health. They have the better coach. They have, predominantly just the better overall team, the better defense, even with the improvements of the Cowboys. Everything here is pointing Chiefs, and you're getting a better line right now. You're going from the preseason, which was negative or -6.5 to -4.5 before last week's game, to -3.5 after they beat the Eagles, to -3 because of the money. So you're getting the best line out there. Take the Chiefs -3, pay for your Christmas, enjoy your turkey with the money that you're going to make off this game. You guys have a great day. I'll speak with y'all soon.